Hi guys, it's Trisha and Christy and Lena and Anna here with PrettyLosers.com. And we have a discussion going today and we decided to tape it. And it's about fat shaming and bully. When is it or is it okay to bully someone over their weight or fat shame them? We're going to let Nirvana tell you what happened to her today and then we'll go from there.
I my husband got up early, and I already did a video about this and a post on Facebook, but I think having the other ladies here to kind of discuss it with me, makes a lot of sense. And I always appreciate their input because sometimes I'm going to do something crazy and they talk me out of it. Just saying. So, I decided to go for my walk today, and my hip has been bothering me since last Wednesday. And since I refuse to get the cortisone shots in my hip, I have to kind of wait until the inflammation goes down on its own and then, carry on with what I'm doing. The reason I don't get the cortisone shots in my hip is because I had one in my foot, and when I had one done, it made the pain like 50 times worse. So I'm terrified to get one in the same cortisone shot in my hip and it make the hip pain hurt worse. So, and then I'll be completely laid up and can't do nothing. So, I'd rather be out for a day or two, and then be able to go work out. So today I got up, I made myself get my ass out of bed. I went on my walk with, my husband went to work, and the earbuds that I have, since I have really small ears, don't quite fit like they would a normal person, so they were kind of hurting me. So I sit down fiddling with it, and two ladies are jogging and running down the trail I'm walking through, and they actually stop, and I'm wearing an orange tank top and just a regular pair of tights and my normal sneakers, and she's like, "Oh, where did you get that shirt?" Now, they didn't even bother to actually stop. They're actually jogging in place in front of me. Like, I'm not important enough to actually stop their workout. So they're jogging in place in front of me, and she's like, "Where did you get that shirt at?" "Oh, I love your shirt." And I'm like, it's from Old Navy. I'm like, what? And then she's like, "Oh, and those shoes, where did you get your shoes?" "I love their shoes. I'd like to have a pair of those shoes." And I'm like, I think I bought them off of Amazon. I'm so dumbstruck by the conversation that I don't say anything. I'm just like, I'm caught in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. I just felt like a deer in the headlight, like, what's happening? What do they want? I feel cornered. That's a better word for it. I was cornered. So instead of, being like, "Hey, mind your own fucking business and get out of here," I'm just like, I got it from Amazon. And then, I put my earphone back in, and then, I'm getting ready to get back up because I wanted to leave. And she's like, "Oh my God, what happened to your arms? Ooh. Look at her arms." And I'm getting upset at this point, and I'm like, "I've lost a lot of weight." Well, it looks like you don't go to the gym. You should really go to the gym." And then both her and her friends start laughing and like, heckling me, and then they run off and do their own thing while I make the miserable trek home. So that's my little story for today.
Lena, what do you think about this?
First of all, I have to say that to me, it's 2 times worse in her situation than it would be in my situation, because I'm in a regular city where we're surrounded by stupid, ignorant people and well-educated people and people in between. She is on base, okay? She's living on base, okay? So these people have to either be wives or daughters of somebody that is in the Air Force, okay? So you would think, okay, in order to be in the Air Force, you get educated. You know, they teach you how to be educated. They teach you, you know, the proper way of treating somebody and everything, you know. So it just doesn't make any sense how somebody there on base would do this. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay? So to me, it made it 2 times as worse just by being there on base. It's just flower bastard me. Like, I really do not, it doesn't make any sense. You would think 99% of the people there would be educated enough not to do something like that. Like I was telling Nirvana, I understand, okay? We can't say we're not perfect, and we cannot say we've never done that before, because we've been stupid in our lives and done it before. But there's a difference. I'm going to tell you, if I've ever done it, I have not sat there in front of the person and said something. Like if I was those skinny bitches, I wish. But if I was, you know, them, I would have jogged, you know, in my dreams. But I would have been jogging, and I would have looked at her, and I would have kept jogging. And when I knew I was far enough from her, if I was a bitch, because you'll never hear me talk about somebody like this, and I'll go to that in a second, but I would have waited where I was far away enough from this person to then say something to my friend, like, oh my God, did you see her? Did you see what she had on? Did you see her arms? And I'm just saying this, that I would say this because that's what they said. I would never say this. But I would expect them to have done that, to have seen her, and if they had an issue with her, waited till their skinny asses, you know, kept jogging, and they would have been far enough to say what they said to each other and not in front of Nirvana, okay? Now, going back, I would never say anything like that because I was brought up. First of all, I was brought up, you know, with not much money. My father and my mother have always worked, and I come, you know, my background's from a really traditional Mexican family. So my father and my mother worked, and, you know, half of their money went to Mexico to take care of their parents. That's just the way it went, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we didn't have the best, you know, the high quality stuff and everything. We worked with what we had, okay? So we were taught to never make fun of anybody, of their clothes or their physical or anything, because we're not perfect, okay? We're not perfect, and there's always going to be somebody different than you. So growing up that way, that's the way I was taught. And when my sister had my nephew, which I helped her a lot with him, I had him since day one and would take him with me. Until this day, people think he's my kid, but he's not. I taught him, mijo, when you see somebody and you have a question about him, you look at him for a second or two and then do not stare. Do not dare and stare. So if you have a question, when they walk away, when they're far enough away, you ask me, Tia, why was his leg like that? Tia, why was his eye like that? Or whatever. You don't do stuff like that in front of a person. So, you know, it's gone from generation to generation that you just don't do that. So it amazes me that there's people out there that do shit like that. Like, what? Like, I just don't understand. I really just don't understand. And there's no excuses for it. There's I don't know. I'm like really upset about the situation. You know, if nobody understands the situation because they've never been bullied when it comes to their weight, I'm pretty sure they've been bullied by one thing or another. Maybe not all their life, but at least once in their life, they've been bullied for something. You know, so everybody should understand what Nirvana is going through, and it sucks. And yeah. It sucks twice as bad because, again, she's on base, and you would think those people are more educated. And if they weren't, in order for them to be there, they have to be educated because they could seriously get in some trouble for doing stupid stuff like this. Mm-hmm. So I could keep going on and on and on, but yeah.
What about you, Christy? I mean, to me, when people fat shame or bully, it's like, it's almost, you know, you're being racist. You know, it's like you're picking someone that you don't even know anything about, and you're seeing them, and you're like, oh, okay, well, they're fat, so they're lazy, they're disgusting, they're, you know, there's all these words that come with being fat, you know, unhealthy or whatever, you know. Nirvana is probably one of the people that I know that eats probably, you know, really healthy. She eats clean, you know. I eat pretty clean, you know. I do slip up, and, you know, sometimes I do have Coke. I'm a naughty girl. But, you know,
That's Coca-Cola, people, soda, not the other.
Yeah, not the, you know, and it's just, I just can't wrap my head around people that are still like this. You know, it's like you're judging people because of their weight, their color, what they do, what they don't do, and it's just, I was like Lena, I was brought up to respect others. And, you know, if someone isn't like me, that was, my grandpa always said, embrace that and learn from them. You know, if you're just going to sit around on your high horse and judge all day, you know, what kind of life are you living?
Yes. And there's another thing that I never thought of for years till a family member went through it. My brother's girlfriend, yeah, she was, you know, a heavy-set girl, but I hadn't seen her for a while, and she got really sick. She has rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
So she's on heavy medications, and because of her steroids, she gained over 100 pounds. Mm. So a lot of people, you know, don't know this, but sometimes you're big not because you eat a lot, not because you don't take care of yourself, but unfortunately you could be thin and get sick. I've met a couple people now that are, you know, they have, you know, sometimes you have, you know, illnesses that you think, oh, you're sick, so you're going to get skinnier. No, sometimes you gain so much weight from being ill, so you don't know that this person is big because they're slowly dying and their medication is making them get big. You know, so imagine bullying somebody that's big and they're actually dying, and you know, it's all this medication that's making them big. They haven't, you know, got big from enjoying food and stuff like we have. You know, it's they didn't have a choice. They're just gaining their weight because of their drugs that they have to put in their body. So, you know, all these people that get bullied for being big, it's just, it's incredible. It's just incredible.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Sorry. I could keep going on and on.
No, sorry. That's okay. I understand because you know what? I was a very active kid when I was a child as a cheerleader, everything else, and then I had asthma, and they gave me steroids, and I blew up. Literally blew up. My high school years, people called me Roseanne Barr. That was terrible growing up and being called that, you know, and then having kids at an early age and everything else, the weight just never came off, and it's been a struggle. And when you're in your 40s and you try to lose weight, it's worse. And then you get people that sit there, and I think people bully people to put them down, sit there and not for them, because they see us striving, trying to reach our goal, so they're going to sit there and put us down so they can sit there and put us, you know, back on, you know, throw us back off track. I think that's what happens. You know, they don't want to see us succeed because they're succeeding. They don't want to see us succeed. You know, that's the way I feel. That's the way I've seen it when people do it to me. They sit there and they will, you know, make smart comments, this and that, or you're not eating the right thing. You're not eating healthy enough. Why aren't you eating more greens or doing this, or why are you doing that? You know, it's just crap. You sit there and you get ridiculed for everything you do, but no one sits there and wants to praise us for doing right either. Right. You know, it's like, what the hell? Why can't we get acknowledged that we're doing something good? And to sit there and have people like these two women, I know people on base, my brother's on base, and he's in the service, And I've seen it. They think they're better. Some of those women out there think they're better. They think that they are the shit. I'm not going to lie. They think they are something better because their husband or their partner is, in the service. Okay, but you represent the United States. You should sit there and have more respect and stuff. So, I mean, it pisses me. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cussing, but it just ticks me off that people do this. I have a disabled daughter, and when she was growing up, people always stared. They would never ask questions, and I'd be like, and then I would be in the doctor's office. Well, I'm glad my child don't have to go through that. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
It's like, yeah, she's 11 years old. She has to be catheterized. She's gaining weight. She's gone through puberty, and people are like, well, why can't you stop it? What do you mean I can't stop it? She's a growing girl, It's just ridiculous. No matter where we go, it's like I was walking the other night, and this guy kept watching me, and him and his girlfriend were sitting in the garage, and they were these skinny little minis, sitting there bullshitting. I'm sorry, I keep cussing. But they were sitting there in the garage playing something in there, and they were drinking their beers, and, I could hear them, their little talks. I could hear the little giggles. I could hear the little noises and things they were saying. Like, look at her. Look at her. That's huge. Mm-hmm. You know what? Hey, I'm out here working my butt off to lose the weight. And I wanted to say something, but I was trying to be the bigger person because I'm not that type of person that's going to sit there and feed into that crap. I'm not. I'm tired of it. It has to stop. People out there, no matter what, want to sit there and shame somebody else down. This is not just about fat bullying. It's bullying, period, no matter what it is. Everybody, you know what, maybe that person is jealous of the other person, but I'm tired of it. You know what, we're all on the same path to lose weight. Some do it quicker, some do it slower. Some have slips, some don't. But we're all on the same page. And nobody should sit there and bully nobody over this. It's crap. It needs to stop. I mean, kids are getting hurt, killed, or killing themselves because they're being bullied. And it's craziness. It has to stop. I'm so tired of it. It's just nobody wants to give the praise, but they want to sit there and talk about other people or shame other people. We need to sit there and turn around and be giving people compliments and sit there and giving them encouragement instead of sitting there putting them down. It has to. It has to stop.
A lot that I've noticed, I'm really new to this whole weight loss community thing. I've been very, very lucky, and, I've met some really great people. But it's like most of the abuse that I've seen, even online, is coming from people that are like bigger and that are maybe have lost 100 pounds or something. I'm like, instead of talking shit about people, why don't you encourage? Why don't you say, you know what, this worked for me. Why don't you try it? And it's bullshit. And, instead of saying that you encourage, instead of saying that you support people, do it.
Yeah.
For someone to sit there and say that they encourage and they say support, come to me, I'll mentor you, I'll help you, I'll do this. And in the same breath, talk shit about somebody and their progress, or, oh, did you see what they were eating on Facebook? You know what? We all slip up, like you said. We all mess up. We're only human. And you know what? My first reaction whenever Nirvana told me this was, these two women are so unhappy with what they have going on at home that they have to sit here and prey on this woman who they know nothing about, who they see just sitting here tying her shoe, fixing her earbud, and they are so low in their life that they have to feel better about themselves and make fun of her. Exactly. It makes you want to, go through the phone or go through the computer and kick them in the cunt. Sorry, that's what I said. That's exactly what I told her. And it's bullshit. I don't accept it in real life. And, I used to be afraid to go out to places like, oh, I don't want to go to dinner with my husband because people are going to stare at me. Or I don't want to walk over there because people are going to be like, oh, my God, is she going to have a heart attack? Is she huffing and puffing? I recently, with the help of my friends sitting here on this panel, have gotten to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking fat. I'm going to huff and puff. And I'm trying really hard to lose weight. I can be ugly. I mean, I can be fat, but nothing will ever change that you're ugly. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And
she's talking about ugly in the inside, not at the outside.
Exactly. And there's a beautiful quote by a band that was from Denton. It's, you're not so pretty on the inside where it counts. Yes, it's true. And that's where people should strive to be pretty, on the inside and not just on the outside. So to those two women, if you ever see this broadcast, I just want to tell you to fuck off. That's it. And if they want to talk about somebody who's fat, they can call me and talk to me all day. Because I'm a lot bigger than Nirvana.
What I think is even more sad is I
lost my earring. I just lost my earring.
I'm pretty sure that they have somebody that's overweight in their family.
Oh, yeah.
The husband's family. It's like, I'm sorry. That's back in the days when it was, oh my God, look at her, she's fat. That's back in how many years ago when there wasn't many obese people? Now it's like, oh my God, look how skinny she is, because there's so much overweight. It's sad, there's so many of us that are overweight and stuff. So for somebody to still, even though if you put 100 people in the room, 70 of them are overweight, it's pretty sad that there's still people making fun of overweight people. It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah.
I mean, just like mental disabilities, or I'm not comparing myself to someone who has, who was born, with Down syndrome or something, but I'm just saying this is a health problem. Like, and we should all treat it like we would treat somebody who has a condition. This is my condition, it's me, and I'm working on it, and every day I try really, really hard. But I sometimes I just don't get there, and some days I wake up and I'm like, fuck it, I'm eating the cupcake. It's just, we're going to have our days like this, but we don't need those little girls in the little two tops running in their little skimpy things talking down to us.
And and that's fine that they're walking in their skimpy little things, because if I was skinny, that's the way I would be walking.
Oh, I would be too. I'd be naked everywhere. What are you talking about?
Yes.
I go into Walmart in my bra.
I would be walking in a bustier and some Daisy Dukes, and probably would be walking in some damn high heels. Yep.
I know it too. But I'm just saying, it's like bullying at my size, your size, the little girl down the street size. It's unacceptable.
Yeah, it is.
And I think people that do that need to search.
They're getting bullied. Big people are getting bullied. It just has to stop. People really need to stop, no matter what they're doing. If people are getting hurt, either physically or mentally, it's a sickness, and it has to stop.
I told Nirvana about that. I told her, I said, you know what? Again, years ago, you wouldn't think about that, but how sad is it that you hear at least once a week, once a month, or whatever, all these kids, or grown-ups now, not kids.
Yeah.
That they kill themselves because of that, of bullying, and maybe not because of the bullying, but maybe they have so many problems already in life that one little bulliness, or however you say it, that was like the last straw, and that was it. Okay, yeah. I lost a cousin of mine about, let me see, I'm gonna be almost 5 months out. So 5 months ago, I lost a cousin. He hung himself. Who knows what he was going through and what thing was the last trigger that he did that. My sister just lost a friend, a high school friend, a week ago that shot himself. He was depressed, and who knows what triggered that last little trigger that made him do that. Okay.
Look at Robin Williams.
So, yes. So it's like, You don't know when you're mean to a person. You don't know. Like, how bad would you fucking feel if you know this person and you were mean to them today and you find out later tonight he killed himself? How of a piece of shit are you going to feel that you were part of that decision that they did? People don't think of that.
No,
they
don't.
Think they're so perfect and they're so good that it's okay to express their feelings in front of that person. You want to express your feelings of whatever it is that you don't like of this person or what you've seen, you fucking wait till you're not in front of that person and you're by yourself. Because even if you wait till that person passes and there's other people around the area, what you're going to say negative is going to affect the people around you, even though it's not about them. Because you don't never know what you're saying is, hitting their heart for somebody else that they love. So wait till you get home and you're alone. Wait till you get in your car or something and then express it. Don't do it in front of the people.
That brings me to another subject. It's like we've all had that friend where, you call them and all they do is like, oh, girl, blah, 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 talking down about somebody that you know. And it's like I'm very guilty. I've done it before, but it's like when you see someone like putting somebody on blast like that constantly, it's like I myself want to just step away from them. I just want to back up. And as an adult, I'm trying to be better like every day. And it's like if one of your friends is like that, just tell them, you know what? How would you feel if this person was putting you on blast like this to one of their friends?
Sometimes we got to open up people's eyes and people got to open up our eyes because sometimes we don't realize what we're doing
until it's done to us.
Yes.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And I'm trying to open my eyes about that too. When I say stuff about people, I'm like, wow, I shouldn't have said that. What if they heard me or things like that. I'm not perfect. I'm not sitting here on my, soapbox saying, hey, I'm great. I don't do anything wrong. But, we can all be conscious of what we're doing and what we're saying.
We're not perfect people. We're going to do it, but we're going to learn from it.
Yeah.
We're adults. We should have learned this since we were very young.
We were taught this
it's not
in,
okay to
elementary
bully.
School. Yeah.
Yeah.
PCD, if you went to Catholic school, I know they taught you this stuff because they taught me this stuff. And, especially growing up in a Mexican household, you're always taught to respect. That is number one. If you talk back to your mom, you talk back to your brother or whatever, you're going to sleep without dinner tonight. And, I ain't miss no meals here.
Oh, I know. My mom used to smack us if we disrespected her. There was no way. We still don't do that these days. Even as adults, we sit there and we tell our mom we're grown, and then her little 5'2" self will sit there and stand up in front of my face, be like, "Oh yeah, let me tell you," I mean, you don't do that. You just don't. No matter what. I mean, if I sit there and I feel like somebody is. If I feel like I want to say something, I'm not going to say it to that person. I won't even say it to nobody else now. It's like I'll journal the shit, get my feelings out on paper, something else. I'm not going to sit there and say it out loud because I'm not going to lie. I've been guilty of bashing or whatever you want, bullying somebody else before for certain things. I'm not going to lie. I have done it in the past back in my teens and my 20s,
We all have.
But I think that was more of a defense shield because people were sitting there, doing it to me. So I had to sit there and do it back, So they would sit there and think that, okay, she's kind of cool, But that was just back then. But I don't do it now because I've seen what it does. When I was living in another city, another county here in Florida, a little girl, 13, died from being bullied, She killed herself. It's just not right. It's got to stop.
And that could have been the next president.
Exactly.
She could have changed the world in so many ways. You just don't know. How do these two women not know that Nirvana wasn't crazy and went home and shot everybody up? How many times have you heard that? It happens in this world.
Nirvana, where is Saki and Yuki?
I can't tell you.
Are they safe?
I can't tell you that.
Oh my God.
I can't. All I can tell you
Do you
is
know what
that
I'm saying?
No, yeah,
You
definitely,
know,
definitely.
but I mean, we should wrap this up because it's, getting a little long. But I just want to, for those two dumb girls that didn't know what they did to you today, Nirvana, I'm sorry. We love
Yeah.
you. Even when you wake up in the morning, we love you. And you haven't brushed your teeth yet.
Even when you're on your women's cycle and you're a bitch, I love you. I do. I love you.
Even when you're eating your hummus and your carrots and you don't want to talk to me, I love you.
Even when you eat pepperoni instead of, I mean, when you eat salami instead of pepperoni and you get the runs and we have to run back home, I love you.
That's love.
that was horrible.
Yes.
That was horrible.
Did she fart in the car?
No.
No, we walked from her house. We didn't go somewhere from her house.
Y'all
So I
would-
was
y'all
safe.
would
I
say-
was out with a lot of air and stuff. We were never
Y'all wouldn't say
compacted
those
somewhere.
things to me because y'all wouldn't love me if I farted in the car with y'all.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say this to you.
Because y'all be barfing.
Yeah, we're very sorry that you had to go through that, you know.
Yeah.
And we love you
And
so much.
and I want to thank you for, you know, thinking of us and calling us and sharing it with us before anybody else. You know, I feel really special that you come to me and tell me these things, and, you know, it makes me feel special, you know. And I want you to know that we love you, and there's a lot of people out there that love you no matter how big you are, and you are beautiful.
Or
And
small.
these ladies, whatever. And we are big. We are big and beautiful.
I'm just going to tell you the Taylor Swift song that you just got to shake it off. Because the hater's going to hate, 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 hate.
Yep.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Yeah. So.
All right, so
Say
we're going
something nice to people out there. Don't bash people. That's all I want to say. That's the
Don't be
message for
talking
everybody
trash.
that's watching this video. Say something nice.
Yep.
Stop
Say
the
something nice
bullying.
to somebody. Even if you don't like them, you don't have to talk trash.
And I could guarantee you, and I've tried it and done it and try to do it every single day when I'm out, it feels so fucking good to do something nice for somebody and say something nice to somebody. It feels so good. Like, I made it a point to, when I leave my house, to find something nice to say to a couple of people that I bump into in the street. And it feels so good to just see somebody smile and be like, oh, you know, I love your skirt. Instead of keeping it and being, oh, I like her skirt. Like, go up to them and be like, I really like your skirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, go up to them and say, you're looking beautiful today. Just be nice, people. You don't know if that person was feeling down, and you're being nice to them, and it makes you feel better, and it makes that person feel better. Instead of fucking bullying and making this person feel like shit and putting shit inside of your heart.
That's right. Nirvana, do you have any words to say other than you love us?
I love you guys, number one. And, number two, I love you guys a lot. And number three, it's okay. It's okay. You know, I sat here and I listened to what everybody had to say, and, you know, I've gotten, like, probably over 100 messages today from people, like, just from reading my Facebook, and a lot of private messages and stuff like that of, like, other people who have been bullied too, and I feel really bad for them. I do, because it sucks. And what really, really sucks is what we didn't really address is people in our own community hurting other people for no reason.
Yep.
Yes.
I think that is one of the biggest sins, is that you know that these people are struggling. You know that you yourself have struggled. You know the struggles of, you know, this doesn't fit me, or I got to buy a new pair of jeans because, you know, they're too tight, or that I no longer can buy jeans that button. I have to use elastic because I'm too big to fit in them. And then, you know, whether you have weight loss surgery or you decide to get your ass in gear and you do Weight Watchers or whatever, you know, whatever change in your heart that makes you want to have a better life, you know, to sit there and have somebody criticize you when you're trying to do your very best, especially in the weight loss community, is disgusting to me. Like, that's absolutely one of the worst possible things I can even remotely say.
Because you come in here thinking you're safe, like you're saying.
Exactly. Your guard is down. Yeah, totally. I've told you guys more things than I've told any of my friends that live in the same town as me. You know?
Because you feel safe between
I'm safe
community.
With you guys. Yes.
Yeah.
And
so we think.
Nirvana was the first person, even before my husband, I told her how much I weighed. I hadn't told anybody in years, not even my doctor. Like, I would lie to my doctor and lie to him. And I told Nirvana. And once I told her, I was like, whoosh. You know? Then I told my husband. Then I told Lena, I think. And it's just like, these are your peers, and these are these people that know what you're going through. They know your struggle. Why are you beating me down?
Yeah, and then you get backstabbed by them when they went through the same thing or are going through the same thing. It just doesn't make any sense. So, closing, Nirvana, we're sorry we interrupted you once again.
Yeah, we do that. I do that.
I do that a lot. Sorry.
In closing, I really, really, really wish that everybody who watches this video or any of our videos, you know, even if you feel that you're hypercritical, like, you know, I know lots of people are. I know sometimes, you know, I'm guilty of it myself. Keep it to your damn self. Like, if you're gonna have something negative to say about somebody, you don't like the way somebody looks, you don't like what they eat, you don't like how they're working out or not working out, or you don't like the clothes that they wear, keep it to your damn self, because, you know, you don't know how you're going to affect that person and their weight loss journey, because you can really fuck it up and really, really easy.
Yeah.
So many of us are fragile as it is. You know?
We like to sabotage our own self. We don't need any help.
We don't need any help. Yeah. You know, to tell me that I'm ugly, or to tell me that, you know, that I smell, or just something stupid, you know, because
you don't smell. I wouldn't go visit you.
You're pretty and you don't smell. You smell like perfumes.
Saying is all. I'm just saying that, you know, just be nice. Just say something like, you know, hey, I see, you know, that you haven't lost so much this week. What can we do to change that? What have you been eating? How much have you been exercising? Let's help each other, not beat each other down, because that's just, it's ridiculous. It's counterintuitive. It's not helping anybody, even yourself, because you're just being a dirty asshole. So I'm just going to put it out there. You're being a dirty asshole.
Dirty asshole.
Dirty butthole. This is your butthole, and it's dirty because you're mean. Stop it. Don't be mean. Be nice.
And that doesn't mean it's perfect.
No, okay. It's all like crunched up. That's dirty butthole. Crunched up like that.
That's my butthole like that.
That's what happens. So, in closing, I love you guys, and as always, you know, we strive here to be sweet and kind and awesome to everybody that we possibly can. And
we love all you pretty losers out there.
Love you.
We love you. And we're here if you have any questions or need any help. And
we promise never to fat shame you.
I promise never. to ever fat shame you. So, I hope you guys have a good evening, and leave us a comment below if you want to see us do something else or something to review, and we will talk to you later.
Ta-ta.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.